Hey guys, this is me, Michael, and today we're playing Batman Returns for the NES. There's also, I've noticed a ROM called Batman 3, which really technically is the third Batman on the NES, but this is actually made by Konami and actually based on the Batman Returns movie. There was Batman, which was, for whatever reason, had nothing to do with the movie. Probably they started making another game and decided to slap on a Batman sprite, but it was a good game nonetheless, and it had pretty awesome music just like this one does. And since a Batman movie hadn't come out immediately after the first one, they came out with Batman Return of the Joker, which I'm sure if you watch the Angry Video Game Nerd and all that stuff, you'll see that game. It actually came out on Sega Genesis as Revenge of the Joker, and then on Game Boy I think as Return of the Joker. And then there was a basically finished version of Batman Revenge of the Joker on Super Nintendo. Shoot these Uncle Sam guys. So this game obviously probably runs on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle arcade engine. This is a good beat 'em up. I'd say the Super Nintendo version's probably a superior game. Even though the music's really good on this game, it doesn't use any of the music from the movie. Super Nintendo has the full Danny Elfman soundtrack. Also, this game, if you're dead, if you die one time, you're dead for real. There's no, the typical beat 'em up game where you die and you just come back down, you blink until you run out of lives. Well, this game, you really only have one life. And I remember, when this movie came out, Batman Returns, which is still, to this day, one of my favorite Batman movies, if not the favorite. I like the first two Tim Burton movies the most. I've not seen The Dark Knight Rises, but I'm pretty sure it won't change my mind, even though I think the whole Christopher Nolan movies are really good. They're definitely not my favorite. This makes Batman look like he really dislikes the 4th of July. I remember not understanding graphic palettes and stuff like that, and always seeing a blue Batman. I'm like, he's black, he's not blue. And I'd be like, I would think that they knew nothing about Batman when I saw it. I was like, they make, when on the first Batman movie, he's black on the title screen, but then when you play as him, he's blue. These guys are kind of frustrating. I absolutely loved this game when it came out. I was obsessed with Batman, and I remember looking at the back of the Super Nintendo box thinking how awesome that looked. To me at the time, and that game looked photorealistic. Batman was black in the whole game. Like the movie, the characters looked like the characters in the movie. But I was frustrated because I couldn't play it. I only had a Nintendo and Commodore 64, and most of the time I would play my Commodore 64. I believe this is summer 1993. Nah, I think it was 92. Summer of 92, yeah. That's probably one of my favorite years. That's when I think back at my childhood, I think of that era. Playing outside, running home to watch Batman the animated series. So if you hold... Oh, I don't have any batterings. I'm screwed. See, I don't know how to avoid this guy, but I quit playing my Commodore 64 just so I could play this game. Come on. This is the first boss. Crying out loud. There has to be some trick to beat him. See, it's just one life. That's ridiculous. Makes me wanna punch the TV screen. I'm gonna try this again. Luckily there's a password system, but there's some trick. I could beat the guy before, but it's been so long. Like, I'm recording this in July 2012. I played this in 92 and I got super far, almost to the end of the game. I don't think I ever got to like the last level or anything. But I just remember playing the crap out of this game and beating that guy no problem. Whoever owned the instruction manual for that game, or whoever still had the instruction manual for that game when they rented it, was lucky, because I wrote all the damn passwords in it. I wanted to own this game so bad, but at the time, like, I didn't see it anywhere. I don't know if it was a rare game or not. Shoot these guys, or hit them. But I remember I was playing Commodore 64. I think I was playing this game on there called Renegade. I thought it was so great. Played that game and Nebulous. My dad always had these discs that had like 15 different kinds of games on them. They were all recorded on the same disc. So I think I'd push like -7 and they would basically, it would make the computer scroll down with a list of games. I could play whatever I want. So it was like, and I had several of these, so it's like owning like hundreds of games. This was pretty much when the Amiga was popular, and nobody really supported the Commodore 64 that much. So it was a pretty big deal for me to quit playing that. They never got a Batman the animated series game, which kind of sucks, for the NES. I think the last new NES game I played was Mega Man 6 or Kirby's Adventure. I can't remember which one. That's the last new one that came out. But the Batman the animated series, at least the first and second season, were still out by then, so I'm surprised. You'd think the NES would be the first thing to come on, especially since it came on like when kids got home from school, so the biggest audience of that was probably like kids. So, and most kids couldn't afford a Super Nintendo or a Sega Genesis unless their parents had like some money, at least when they first came out. They of course got cheaper. Then again, I wasn't the richest kid in the world, so, you know, maybe it was just me. Because I knew kids at school had it, and I was just like, what's it like? That's the only way I could tell what it was like owning a 16-bit system, is by asking other people. But I was happy. Like, I had Castlevania 3 and the regular Castlevania, playing this game, and they had quite a few NES games. You actually could rent the video games at the grocery store. If you watch my Monsters, like, what was it, Monsters in My Pocket review, that game, whatever, the one with the monsters, I believe it was Monsters in My Pocket. It's made by these people. Like, it was around the same time this came out. It was a good summer. It's weird to know that some of my friends during that time either grew up, passed away. Uh-oh. I can't move. I put the wrong button on the controller and I'm almost dead. Oh, those do so much damage. Oh, now we're even. Oh, wow. That was a miracle. And I got a box. Not sure what it does, but I got one. I love the music to this game. I think this is the level where you start fighting those fire-breathing assholes. Huh. I don't know what... Man, it's crazy. As much as I play this, I don't remember 80% of this game. They don't look like anything from the movie. If I remember correctly, a clown in the movie had the rocket launcher, not like some witch hooded, or he kind of looks like Gandalf the Grey or White, depending on which Gandalf you like the best. If it was this game, it'd be Gandalf the Purple. Oh, they're a little bit more tough. See, with the NES, sometimes you think a color palette change, like it would be in a 16-bit game, means it's a different kind of enemy, like it's like a little bit more tough, but sometimes it's just so like the enemies like match the background, because NES could only display very limited colors at one point instead of making the bad guys black and white, you know. They try to do different things like swap their palette. It works. This is a very nice looking game for the NES. It still holds up, I think. I don't think like PlayStation games hold up. This holds up like with a nostalgic kind of view. I can still tell what things are. Like when I play like some older PlayStation games, I can't stand it, but like NES games or 16-bit games, stuff like that, or just 8-bit games in general, I can appreciate it. I think polygons without textures on them work better than polygons that are textured and look really bad, so I'd rather go with bad untextured polygons than polygons with textures on. Oh man, these guys get on my nerves. They scared the crap out of me when I was a kid. I look back at my artwork, all I drew was skeletons, but I think sometimes when you're a kid, it's like a way of facing things. You like draw what scares you. I remember in the first Batman movie where that guy got burned and he was this charged skeleton, it scared me. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, when the guy aged, it scared me. Raiders of the Lost Ark. The melting face scene didn't scare me. It was when those damn mummies and the pyramid, when they're trying to escape, scared me. Poltergeist and the corpses are coming out of the ground scared me. Batman Returns and Max Shrek and gets burnt, it scared me. And those motorcycle guys scared me. But what did I draw? Skeletons and zombies. What did I play? Castlevania. Would that have skeletons, zombies? Oh, come on, turn around. I guess a box is health. I must be... This is a game where you have to push a combination of buttons. I must be pushing too many buttons at once and it's confusing the game, because I freeze up. So I wasted a life, but that's okay, because we're just making a video. So I guess the way this works is the more health you get, it like kind of gives you a life. Which is an alright system. I'd rather have a bunch of lives than have this game where I could actually be able to finish it. Man, these guys are so much harder than they were in the last level. That's a pretty decent picture of Catwoman for Nintendo. The best Catwoman in my opinion. I don't care what anybody says. I have not seen The Dark Knight Rises, but I will strictly be biased. No, the cats are never that scary in the movie. They kind of look like Felix the cat, like on the in the actual movie. But sometimes I think when they make these games, they start working on the games before the movie's actually made. They might look at concept drawings, and in the movie it might change. But it takes some time to make the game, so they might base it on old designs or something. Oh, you guys are hiding behind the curtains. That's so devious. I still like this game a lot, actually. Even though it's hard, but when I first played it as a kid, I died a lot too. But once I started to get the hang of it and recognize all the patterns, I got pretty far, I have to say. And I had a good time. I'd get really excited when I'd beat a level. Like it was an event. My mom would rip me this game on Friday night, and I'd play it till whenever I took it back. This is one of those games, like, I rent it again after I was supposed to take it back. I didn't own a lot of games, so most of my games are rentals. I don't know what that beeping means, except maybe to warn me I'm almost dead. Or it's a box. That looks like something out of Castlevania. They're devils, they're cute. They were in the movie though, so it's not like the first Batman game where you'd fight all these crazy robotic things. The game at least still fits within its universe, which is rare for a licensed game. But Konami, oh, and now I got my thing. Konami just made good games back then. I don't think Konami has the same kind of reputation they had back in the day. Like, I think they kind of lost their luster a little bit. But a lot of times they publish games and just put their name on it. I'm not crazy about this. Seriously. See, they can walk on this shit and shoot at me, but I can't. And that pisses me off. That's not cool. And they just fly to the end. This was not a good decision. You're not winning me over with this part. Gosh. Oh, did I mention you have to fight Catwoman after this? I'm just weaken you out. That word came out really weird. I was trying to say they're gonna weaken you up. Really should think about pushing select. Even though it doesn't give me anything, but I'm tired of firing the grappling hook with no reason. Oh, cliffs. Or pit holes, whatever you want to call it. Awesome. I'm guessing I gotta fight that thing. Or, no, maybe. Oh, that didn't really do anything. This isn't cool, guys. Nervous laugh. Does that mean? Okay, at least I know what to do now. Gosh, do you have to hit him exactly? Man, this guy sucks. No, you're not gonna make me do that whole thing, are you? That's not cool. Your stupid little moped. Ow. I didn't mean what I said about the moped. I'm not the real Batman. As you can see, I'm blue. It's an unnecessary junk kick on your part. That's my impression of that sound. You guys didn't spit fire that far in the movie. I didn't have a Batmobile to fight him. One hit and I'm dead. Shit. Come on, let's go. Using my grappling hook. Get up here and then die. Nothing says a department store like electrified water. Not the most exciting death in the world. But I'm going to quit on that part because you're just going to see more of the same until I finally get it. Anyway, if you're curious, that's the password to get to that level. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. And if you like this video, please subscribe and leave a comment and like